If you feel stuck financially, guess what? It's not your fault. It's your foundation. Imagine trying to build a house, right? Without a strong foundation. What's going to happen? You're going to see cracks. It's going to leak. And eventually it could even collapse. And it's the same thing that happens with money if you don't set the basics first. Now, many people chase wealth. They chase it via businesses. You may find that you're trying to do investments. You're trying to have a little side hustle going on because you are chasing wealth. But here's the problem. You don't have the basics done. You do not have a foundation. So what happens is you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. You may get some success and then it falls apart or you lose it all because you did not start with building a foundation first. So what do I mean when I say having the basics done? Well, I've spoken about this on other videos, but let's go through a few of them quickly. One is managing your spending, right? Knowing where your money is going. Remember, you control that. People think of it as being restrictive to have a budget. It's not restrictive. It's a planning tool, and it's where you get to decide where you're spending your money. Your decision. You get to decide. Another thing that you don't have and you should have as a foundation is an emergency fund. An emergency fund for times when things go wrong, right? Times when there's that expenditure that you wasn't expecting, but you know that you can pay for it because you've got an emergency fund, right? Another thing is, which is so important, is setting clear financial goals. Where are you going? What's the destination? What's the journey? What are you trying to achieve? What's the lifestyle you're trying to have? Who do you want to help? How do you want to help them? All of this should be set, and it's a part of your financial goal setting. And then the other one is understanding basic money management. I'm not asking you to be an accountant, but you need to have the basics. Understand basic money management. And also, if you're running a business, you need to be able to understand the fundamentals of a business, the basics. What type of business do you want? What's the taxes involved in that business, right? But not even just the legal side of stuff. How much are you going to charge? What is the goal? How much does your business need to make? How are you going to grow your business? How much time have you got? So all these things are fundamental and foundational stuff that you want to be clear about before moving forward. Because without a strong foundation, any progress feels slow, frustrating, and even overwhelming, right? And so you give up because it is just not working. So what does a strong foundation look like? Well, let's look at the basics. Clarity, right? So that's that plan. You know exactly what you're working towards. And also stability. Your personal finances, right? Budgeting, debt, and saving. These all need to be under control. And this is why it's fundamental. Before we then try and say, oh, we're going to be investing this, investing that. I get questions about this all the time. Or where should I start investing? And I'm like, what's the goal? What's the plan? What's your money management skills like? Yeah? So you want to make sure that all of these things are under control. And then consistency. We know consistency is key, right? So you want to make sure that you've got habits, systems that run automatically for you. So for example, what do I mean by that? You may have already set up direct debits that pay straight away into your savings pot. Direct debits that pay straight away towards any debt that you've got. So it's automated. It happens automatically, right? And then confidence, right? Because a lot of people don't trust themselves with money. You have to trust yourself with money if you want to grow wealth, right? If you want to start investing and so forth. And not be driven by fear or panic. The amount of people that say to me, I have a fear of numbers. So what you're going to do if you have a fear of numbers, or not even they have a fear of numbers, they say, oh, I'm not good with numbers. And I'm like, you are good with numbers because you use numbers every single day of your life, right? If you go into a shop and buy something, you need numbers. You need to calculate, right? You need to know. So stop saying that. Stop putting negativity into your head. Rewire your brain. I work with numbers all the time and I love working with numbers. I love seeing my numbers grow, because as my numbers grow and I get abundance in my life, I'm able to help people, right? That's a reason for you to enjoy numbers and to like working with numbers. So we're going to get rid of that "I'm not good with numbers" thing, right? How the right foundation accelerates wealth. Having it right, it's just going to make it grow quicker, okay? Because what's going to happen is once you've got this foundation set, right, it's going to take away the frustration or the overwhelm, for example, because now you're going to have clarity. Now you're going to know to be consistent, and that's going to lead to you making smarter decisions, right? And not just making smarter decisions, but making them quicker so that you don't miss out on opportunities that can come up. No more second guessing, right? Excuse me. You can take bigger, better opportunities when they come. So you're not pondering, oh, because I've got to do this. Oh, but that's going to happen. Oh, I can't do this. If an opportunity presents itself, you will know, because you've been consistent, you've got good habits, you know what's happening with your money. So you'll be able to say yes to that one or no to that one because it doesn't suit my criteria, right? And also you recover much more quicker when you have setbacks, because life happens and setbacks happens, right? But it means that if you've got the foundation set and you know how to start to build, you're going to just be able to do that again if a setback happens, as we know they can do. But what else happens? You experience freedom. And I'm not just talking about financial freedom, freedom from money stress, right? You get to experience that because you know you've got your ducks in order. The foundation has been set. You're not now able to start building. And so if an opportunity presents itself, you don't feel stuck that you can't go for it. You have the freedom to go for it, right? So let me tell you about a couple of quick wins, right, for example, that you can do. And I go into this in more detail in I have a course called 7 Foundational Steps to Building Wealth. And it tells you how you set this foundation. It goes through practical steps to help you to do that. So check it out in the link below if that's something you would be interested in doing. But you can literally begin by starting to track where your money goes each month. You need to know where it's going. You need to be able to make those decisions. You need to be able to build mini emergency funds. You want to be able to build that, and just start with something that you know is manageable, maybe £500 to £1,000, right? That could be your initial goal to build that emergency fund. You also want to be setting 1 to 2 short-term financial goals. There's nothing like hitting your goals, but when you have so many, it becomes too overwhelming. So start with 1 or 2 and short-term ones so you can see that you're able to do it, right? And then get organized. As I said, automate your savings or pay off your small debts. Maybe pay off the small ones first, or the ones with the highest interest, because you want to get that feel good factor, knowing that you're able to make changes and to make choices as well, right? So remember, wealth isn't just about how much you make. It's about how strong your foundation is. Build it right. Yes, build it right. And then everything else is going to get easier from there. Trust me, I've done this and I've helped so many other people to do this too. If you're ready to build your foundation and move faster towards your goals, like and subscribe. And another thing, join Financial Wealth Community. It's where we are positioning ourselves so that we can positively impact our communities and grow in our wealth. You can check that link out in the description. I'll see you on another video. Remember, subscribe. See you later.